Perpa chipping it forward towards Henderlong. It's off the post, still loose, and Farine unable to catch up to it. Henderlong seemed displeased, clearly thought his shirt was tugged. Jacqueline Metz unmoved though. And as things stand, Texoma off the hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Caution has been issued by referee Texoma FC. Number 12, Sergio Chavez on the 44.
Well, hearing word, as things stand, it will only be 1 minute of stoppage time. Texoma at this point, you'd figure, is just keen to get to halftime without any further damage. McManus is penalized. Here's the 1 minute confirmed.
Touchdown brought to you by Spa 31. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before the official has indicated, there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time in the first half.
This will likely be the final foray forward of this first half. Dying embers of this first half. Torres. Kinberg will clean up the mess. And now the yellow shown for the shot after the fact. And there is your halftime whistle. After 45 minutes, it is another frustrating spell for Texoma FC. They trail the league leaders FC Naples 1-0 at halftime. Carson Henderlong, the man making the difference so far with his 30th minute tally, an expert finish. And the league leaders are in prime position to claim another 3 points at the moment. Texoma with work to do at the break. We will see how they adjust things tactically here in Sherman. After 45 minutes, Naples by far the happier of the two sides. Carson Henderlong and company carry a 1-0 lead into halftime. Adrian Forbes' side with work to do when we return here on ESPN+. Stick with us for the halftime show in USL League One when we return.
Independents were the ones smiling so often, and they found themselves across the line from Greenville last year. Triumph looking for a bit of get back. Howard Gee nodded away. Only as far as Nga, who tries it again. Off the head of Maru. Easy to catch for Rankenberg, who smartly dribbles away toward the corner.
I understand smartly, but I never like to see my goalie dribbling through the penalty box with 90 seconds left in a one-goal game. But he's going the right direction.
In defense, Greenville. A faulty first touch from Cheney. Nearing the final minute. And it will draw closer still with Robles fouled there. Charlotte just haven't had the answers today.
No, really haven't done enough in that final third. Give credit to that Greenville back line.
And considering they've conceded more goals in the last 2 games than in any 2-game stretch at home in the club's history, this is a pretty resolute showing.
Yeah, I mean, I think those 2 games, Rick Wright was trying some things out. Obviously, Wednesday we had a completely retooled back line. Got to see Ivan Ajak where he can bring at the left back spot. And back to the usual 4 tonight, and been pretty solid back there. Certainly a confidence-inspiring performance.
It's not over yet. That's a calm header from DJ Benton, who was tripped up. Reichenberg will take more time off the clock. A clean sheet will balm all wounds. And that is nearly there for Greenville.
So this makes it 2 wins in the 5 home games to start. You could pick up a 3rd Wednesday, and that would certainly be a solid 10-point haul from 5 home games you'd accept as a Triumph fan.
Look at the watch for the center official. Falling for Zakowski, who will take this toward goal and take it across the line. Leo Castro provides all 3 points. Beyond the 85th minute, Greenville able to get there first ahead of their rival.
Yep, stop the 2-game skid in all competitions. That man tried his best to keep it scoreless, Matt Levy, but in the end couldn't do anything about the winner by Leo Castro.
Greenville triumph. They needed this win so desperately, coming off an exit from the Open Cup and an embarrassment against Spokane Velocity at the weekend prior. They get it done against Charlotte Independence to hand them their first loss of the year. Final tally is 1-0. We'll let it rest for a second and then dig in. Final thoughts and commentaries when we come back from South Carolina. Again, folks.
The Week 4 Team of the Week. Time FC Naples 1, Texoma FC 0. Stick with us on ESPN Plus.
And it's a tremendous finish! San Antonio FC!
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort.
crashing away from home against the Greenville Triumph. Luis Heel, the top goal scorer for the club last year, had a brace. So too did Anwar Pelaez. Head coach Lee Viedman saying mentality for this squad was there from the opening kick to the final whistle. Solid defensively the whole match through, and those key returning players made their veteran experience known in this match. Speaking of veterans, 7 players from that starting 11 were part of that runners-up squad last year. 12 players in total from Spokane's inaugural roster are coming back for another trip around the sun with Velocity FC. A lot of these players had multi-goal performances last year, multi-goal contribution seasons, and they have that experience together that combined to get them all the way to the USL League One Cup final in 2024. As for Portland Hearts of Pine in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, a dramatic come-from-behind victory against fellow New England foe Hartford Athletic. They will go to the 3rd round and play Rhode Island FC next time out in the Open Cup. Head coach Bobby Murphy had plenty of things to say, but 2 players in particular he wanted to highlight, Pat Langlois and Michelle Poon-Angaron, 2 players from abroad. Langlois from Australia, Poon-Angaron from Trinidad and Tobago. Head coach Bobby Murphy says now they have an opportunity in a new country for both of their families in a special community to grow their passion for the game they love. So Spokane looking to make it 2 in a row as Portland searches for their first ever goal in USL League One. It's going to be a great watch, but before we get underway, we're going to step aside for a little bit. We come back, starting lineups and the opening kick. See you soon.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Nearly time for the first ever meeting between Spokane Velocity FC and the Portland Hearts of Pine from one Spokane stadium. Philip Galani with you. Tonight's contest presented by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, and the home lineup presented by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. 4-2-3-1 has been the go-to for head coach Lee Viedman this season. Carlos Marancio returning from the inaugural roster, leading from the back. The 2 center back pairing of Cameron Miller and the new addition David Garcia from the Jägermeister Cup winning Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Anwar Pelaez with 2 goals to his name on the season, leading the line with Luis Heel, the captain, in that middle 3 of midfield. As for head coach Bobby Murphy's first 11, it's a 4-3-3 on paper, but keep an eye because they have been known to switch to a 4-4-2 with Azad Liadi at the top. And then to his right, Evan Southern, who had the winning PK in the shootout to knock out USL Championship foe Hartford Athletic. Samuel Malamaki Camacho was going to be on the back line. He is a late scratch. Masashi Wada will take his place, with the Yokohama, Japan native set to make his debut in USL League One.
Hello. I don't know who's watching me.
Top 3 divisions of professional soccer in his native Japan, amassing over 100 appearances in total.
I'm just messing around, trying to figure this out. A little complicated doing this, moving things around like that.
Second win of the season in the home white strip with the sky blue trim.
The breakthrough came in the 30th minute after minutes of knocking on the door. Henderlong breaks through, a low driver that finds the bottom left corner. Very expert placement.
What's the
tight angle. That's his
what's my
fourth
microphone
of the season in league play,
compared to
his fifth in all competitions, and that is what has Naples in front. Naples continue to threaten from there, unable to find a second, but as things stand, they are the far better of the two sides. Onan had another chance here where he took it down so nicely and just bashed an effort that was always rising, never dipping. But Mason McCready was under fire for the majority of that first half, and quite frankly, Texoma perhaps fortunate to only be down a goal. Onan also had a chance here where if he gets contact to this, it might have been 2 for Naples. At the end as well, this found Henderlong, who rocketed it off the far post. It was that kind of first half for Texoma's back line. A constant
Let's try that.
onslaught
What about
for the
that?
leaders, and somehow a second doesn't find its way in. Look at the halftime stats.
Because I've got my mic turned all the way up.
A Naples side that Frank has shown an ability to play out of possession, actually is boss possession, and they have tripled Texoma in the shots category. Meanwhile, the Birds have yet to put a shot on goal.
So you have to like
opening 45 minutes from Lalo
create.
Delgado and company.
Okay.
On the
So
discipline front,
let me do this.
3 yellow cards shown to Texoma, including both their center backs, Jordan Chavez and Preston Kilwine. That is something to watch over the remainder of this contest here in Sherman. The fans are out in full force despite it being a very chilly night by Texoma standards.
If I switch like that, I have to
good turnout as they're.
And then I'm on there. Ah, wait, hang on a second. Do I need to do? Now, why can't I hear them? They're very low. That's wild.
He now
oh wow, they have different. Okay. What am I doing here? This?
Forward on the near side for Jones Riley, tearing toward the 18-yard box.
Why can't I? Hang on, why can't I change that volume of that one? It's because of that? No. Dude. Why is that not? Why can't I do that? Okay, that's weird. Do I need to refresh it? Why? Oh, wait. Oh, does it lock everything? No. What the heck? Why is this one locked? Why is this now locked? If I switch over there. So, why is this one not?
Well, if you are just joining us, we welcome you back into historic Bearcat Stadium. Sam Goldfarb taking you every step of the way tonight. It is Naples with a 1-0 advantage over Texoma. The goal scored by Carson Henderlong, the league's leader in goals at the minute. Came in the 30th. Naples has knocked on the door since, but has yet to find that second or potential third. Mason's breaking forward.
Why is it doing
cross. Does not greet anyone in white and red. Texoma will settle for a throw. Davy Mason is featured in USL League One before.
Davy Mason, baby.
Of his 5 pro seasons, though, have come in NISA with Maryland Bobcats. Did play 1 season with Tormenta.
Why is this?
Former teammate of Jake Dengler as a result. Asante darting inside. His first proper touch in a dangerous area.
TWIS staying persistent. Spanish Town, Jamaica native. 70 appearances.
Huh, that's weird. That one's all of a sudden not working.
25 matches last season for Spokane. Scoring 4 and assisting 3.
That.
Waldeck.
Why is it so low? Why can't I?
Miller now.
Oh,
Garcia
we have to do this.
just
Let's
about
see.
got
Hang
it
on,
away.
hang on.
Oprah has kept the width. Fortunate bounce to fall to heel, and he's done well to keep this one alive, if only temporarily.
No, so weird.
Jostling forward and able to skip by John Brown for now.
I don't know why. I can't change the volume of Spokane. I could do that.
Heels after Masashi Wada goes down. The referee had a good view of it.
Oh, weird. Okay, there we go.
Another long ball sent forward.
There we
and it's
go.
a physical battle. Now with Mikey Lopez. Got his pocket
There
picked.
we go. That's that.
Going
there we go.
down was Andre Lewis, and he's won a free kick.
I figured it out. Yeah, so...
Michelle Poonanger on conceding a
Yeah,
foul.
you have to recreate each of these. You have to recreate like this. You have to basically
Man who started
readjust the
against
size
Frankfurt
of
Athletic
each
on Wednesday,
video
played
every
105
time, which
minutes
sucks because this
in
is
that
a separate.
contest. Take another look at it.
Like this Naples one. It's a different scene. I wish it would just keep the same one, but like I can make the Chattanooga one disappear. Pew. Oh no.
Plenty of quality. He says it also goes well
There we go.
beyond his performances on the pitch. Says that Solomon Asante, what a man, was the exact phrasing used.
Pretty cool.
Someone who
I kind of had it ready to go,
in a run of bad results to open Texoma's tenure.
and then when I started, I wasn't quite as ready to go, and I had to move things around again because I'm just learning how to do it.
And in addition, has built the confidence of many of his younger teammates. This is a Texoma side with plenty of players in their early to mid-20s that are just getting their first taste of professional football.
I don't like that. That's
Forbes says Asante has been quite the resource for them. This cross comes in, cleared only as far as Mason.
Yeah.
This is Asante. Into a thicket of dark blue kicks.
So yeah, like you basically have to, like, I'm trying to do 3 games, which is probably the max. So you have to create the first one with the big screen in the middle and the 2 small, and then when you, if you want to like take one, like the Texoma game and move it to the middle, you have to create a, you have to basically copy the graphic, and then the things that the 2 that change, you have to resize. You have to resize them all. Actually, you have to re-put them in.
It's a great ball to the far side. Is this the opening goal?
You have to put them in.
Dragged wide of the far post.
Oops.
Portland showing their
And
character
so-
early, and Evan Southern nearly etching his name into the history books. hearts of
now that I figured
still
it
looking
out,
for their first goal in USL
I
League One
didn't
history.
understand that
It's a
when
great
I made
ball
it.
into the path of
When I was
Southern.
trying to move him
Barr
around,
picks up his head, knows
and it just
where the
took me
goal
forever
is,
to figure it out. I figured it
just
out.
drags it
So like now if
crashing
I
wide on that left foot.
no, Naples scored again.
Set piece woes rear their ugly head again for Texoma. It is a deserved
like Spokane's the fourth game, and so I've been messing around. I basically dropped off Greenville, but then you'd have to make one for each.
Perfection in the bottom right. A goal reminiscent of his tally in the Open Cup.
Yeah.
Just 3 nights ago.
So I could do 3 with the 3 first games. I'd have 3, and then if like the Spokane game started later and I wanted to keep going, I'd have to create a 4th. Yeah, but it's just a lot of setup. But once you set it up, I get it now. Once you set it up, it's pretty easy because you can like turn them off and turn them on. No, like, no, like actually, the setup time, 3 on a screen like this. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be getting. You could do a ton, right? The screens would be smaller, right? And the webcam, if you have a webcam, so you'd want this one to be big, the main one, and you'd want your webcam kind of be big. But if you're doing more, like if you instead of 2, if you did 4 of these, it would be more. They're just like little thumbnails, right? You couldn't really see what was going on. But if you wanted to shift, yeah, you could do. You just have to create however many games are going on. You have to create that many scenes, and it's just a matter of. The graphic is easy, you can just copy and paste, but each of the videos on the new scene you make, you have to basically move it and make sure it's in the same place. So like, otherwise it'd look like they're moving around, right? I literally had to make sure all the videos manually were in the same place. But no, if you want to take time to set up all the little screens, you could have, as many as you wanted. Yeah. It would, like, it wouldn't be worth watching more than 3. You could have 4 if you got rid of this webcam, right? If you wanted. So you could have a 4th. If you wanted more, like if you're doing a ton of US Open Cup matches, if you just wanted the look of it, if you just wanted a bunch of little games up there, and then whenever you shifted to one, the small game became a big game. That's all. But looking at them, yeah, I would say the main big one, and then 2 or 3 smaller ones. And if you do a webcam, then just 2. Look at Matt Poland with his man bun. But no, it's I mean, this has been a learning process, but like now that I've got it, I've only got 2 because now I'm only watching 2 games. If I added, actually I could if I changed the one that says the event has ended to the next one that's, I'd have to, you'd watch me move. You'd watch me move some things around because it's live now. So if I'm recreating these, you'll see man bun. You'd see me moving them around. But I could add whatever the next one is. So, but it's actually really, this is OBS Studio that I'm running this in, and I've learned on the fly. So these are, it's automatically pulling the URLs of browsers. So this is the ESPN feeds. I have access to ESPN, and it automatically just, you put the URL in there and you give it a size, and it's just in there. And if if I want to, you know, interact, I could actually interact with it. You know, I could make it go backwards and make it go forwards. I can, like, there's a little basic screen here, which is a basic browser that I could click on stuff. I had to log in to ESPN through this, and I didn't know you could do. It's pretty cool. So like if you wanted to watch a clip of a game and rewind it, right, and fast forward and talk about it with somebody, this is how you could do it. Like I could do this right now. I could reverse it and say, "Hey, John, look at that man bun. Let's take a look at the man bun." Yeah. The shifting to the new scene is easy. I wish they'd shift the audio. You have to turn one audio off and turn the other one on. Oops. So we get a little confused. It is cool.
You feel the palpable deflation throughout the stadium so far.
Yeah.
There's plenty of promise in this Texoma side, but your question is just
now that I've got it. Now I've kind of figured out how you do it and how much time it takes to set up.
Very few signs of doing so.
And there's all those weird things where why am I copying this and it's not changing? It's like, oh, because I'm creating a source, and then you use that source again. That took me forever to figure out. But yeah, it's like if we ever did the watch the Miami FC versus Philadelphia, the Philadelphia, what was it? Philadelphia. Why am I blanking on that team? Adams? Not the Adams. Philadelphia. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we should do it on this, and we could, you know. Yeah. And basically this program hooks up directly to my YouTube. Philadelphia Fury, yeah. This hooks up directly to my YouTube. Yeah. It's funny that Davey Mason is playing for Texoma. Yeah.
Appears to be a non-contact injury, and those the scariest,
yes.
Of course.
The first half was actually a normal soccer match. It's just what happened in the second half.
Just fall straight to the deck.
Adversity
continuing to mount for Adrian Forbes and company.
I can actually, so I got approval from USL because I didn't want to get copyright infringed. I got an interview for USL for the season to like pull clips and stuff like that. So
two other key players who were members
yeah,
of the
I could also do Super League and Championship.
Oh,
we could do. I could do because the thing is the playoffs, right? This is pretty fun for playoffs, so you bounce around. I could do like USL League 2 playoffs. Yeah. Yes.
Their potential tonight to make a statement. Still have 30 minutes to do so, but it would require a fortune.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Positive side is Kilwine trying to walk off this knock.
Audios.
Farine. We'll lose out to Mason on this particular occasion.
Yeah. I did that on purpose. So the first, while I was working on the first, like YouTube video I did, I sent them an email, and it was fine because the USL League one hadn't started yet, and basically, you know, I contacted the League One communications guy, and then he sent me to. He's very super nice, like crazy nice. Sent me to the main USL guy, and it was just kind of like, you know, what platform are you going to use this on? What's the name it's under the platform? Are you going to make any money off of it? And that was pretty much it. So, yeah. So I can use USL clips for this season, basically, only on YouTube. And if I start getting monetized, which I don't expect to, I don't want, you know, that would have to happen. Then I have to go back to them and renegotiate that part. And I have no idea. What that would look like.
Now wants the 1-2 and will get it. Space to work it back in front and head it over the bar.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the way.
Another good team attack from Velocity FC. Morris not tested as of yet, but that one was very close. Two quick touches from Siobhan John Brown to release Lucky Oprah.
Oh, do I do
just over 6 yards is over the bar from Pierre Reedy.
Maybe it's this. Hang on, let me try something here. No, I don't think so. Hang on. Nah, it doesn't. That's not gonna work. Yeah.
End-to-end action. Great hustle play by Walter Varela to keep that one in bounds. Saw Southern on his left shoulder. Saw Andre Lewis on his right, managed to nutmeg him. Didn't get a great look at goal before picking up his head and went right down Main Street. As now Spokane the other way. And Morris very quickly off his line to smother it.
A really good way to do
Pace of this one really starting to quicken.
Would be if you have somebody who doesn't, who wants to be involved but doesn't really want to talk live. They could be the one who controls the cameras, and they could say like, "Oh, I'm going to switch you over. This thing's about to happen over here. I'll switch you over," and then you wouldn't have to worry about moving. But it doesn't take a lot, to be honest with you.
Pennsylvania native, played his college ball with the Nittany Lions. Big Ten regular season and tournament champion, also nominated to the Conference Medal of Honor. Waldeck. Lovely touch from Reedy. Physical battle from Pelaez to win it. Now Reedy in a foot race, trying to get around Sean Vinberg, and will take the former Central Valley Fuego man down. Very quickly, Alex Beeler, the referee, over to calm the tempers. It was a very creative touch from Reedy. Try and get the 1-2. Pelaez had some legwork to do to get on the end of it. Another look at this touch. Completely wrong footing, Jones Riley. And then well defended in the end by Sean Vinberg. Man who played 7 matches with Central Valley Fuego last year, scored 1 goal. And that lone strike coming against Spokane. What it takes to score.
Yeah. Oh, right. So,
primary duties will be
because this hooks up right directly to my YouTube.
For Spokane.
You know, when you turn on like a, because you can do. Right now, I've got it. It's there's a big like streaming. It's set up to stream.
Wright putting his hands up
when I start streaming, the reason why I can see you chatting is because on this, I'm not looking at YouTube at all. On this program, the chat is right there. It automatically.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Heels for handball. The arm was up from Ofra, but it looked like it hit his shoulder.
When's the next game starting?
That rule certainly a contentious one. Waldeck, smart header. Reedy has found the left back. He's trying to find crossing space. Instead short for Heel. Now Fernandez sees Waldeck to his left. First time ball is a good one, little over hit. Southern trying to settle the bouncing ball, dispossessed. Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Back in front, Lopez meeting it.
It's true.
Sent away from danger by Messer.
Yep. What is this?
Spokane doing a really good job of winning the second ball. As soon as Portland are able to clear a chance, Spokane are there to win the 50-50s, to keep the attacks alive, staying persistent in that final third. Another Route 1 pass over the top is a good one. The chip off target. A creative attempt from Anwar Pelaez. Timed his run to perfection. Slipping in behind the back line. Tough with the ball bouncing up like that. Unable to put the top spin on it to get it back down underneath the crossbar. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Another pass work to the near side for Waldeck. Jones-Riley came across, and the whistle will sound to bring this one back. Spokane switching the point of attack early and often, dragging Hearts of Pine out of position, making overlapping runs, underlapping runs, finding the spaces in between the lines. Yet to find their first shot on target. 3 so far. Hunter Morse yet to really be tested. Fernandez. Watto will lead the press. Constant communication with Evan Southern. In a traditional two-striker pairing on the ball, they're not staying any more than 15 yards apart from each other. Defensively, the two keeping that line of communication, try and find their shape. Siobhan John Brown found the nutmeg.
Siobhan John Brown.
Lewis, who finds Derek Waldeck. Space on his right foot. The weak shot denied. Shot on the weak foot, rather.
Oh, that makes it. I should do this. It makes it a little faster. Okay, that makes it a little faster.
Had a lot of time, but it was closed down very quickly.
Yeah, that makes it a little. Okay, that makes it a little faster.
At this level, it's going to take a little bit more speed.
That was fast. That was faster. All right.
Teams like to play at pace.
Do.
Like to press the ball with fervor. A good chance can be a half chance in the blink of an eye. First corner of the night on deck. This is the ICCU corner.
And this is a lot.
Financial Success Fan
faster.
Club.
All right. Just copying over it. It's gonna make it go faster.
Will be Derek Waldeck on his favored left foot to swing this one in. Staring into the Spokane sun.
Yeah. So, very good. I agree. Weird. Why did that do that last time?
Waldeck's delivery is a shallow one. The goalkeeper went up for it, but it goes all the way through.
Yeah, Poland has them. Like, I think
Morse went airborne.
a big thing for me with Naples is like from that very first match.
Hearts of Pine will take a breath and regroup.
Wait. Oh, there we go.
Elite Minds, unlock your mind.
Poland had them ready to play.
Visit our website today.
Yeah, a little move there. Yeah, I mean,
heavy first touch off the chest. Taking the other direction
pretty.
by
And
Reedy.
Henderlong
Now
is
Lewis.
the kid. I think he's from Indiana University. He's just been scoring goals. He looks like a,
Diagonally in between the
you know,
clearance deflected, but all the way out for the goal kick.
turn this off.
30th minute from One Spokane Stadium. Scoreless.
Naglestad type,
Spokane
right? Just a
Velocity
big,
FC,
big dude.
Portland Hearts of Pine, their
Sticks
first
around the
ever
box.
meeting. Philip Galati with you from the West Coast.
But yeah, I like Naples a lot. I know the smarter pundits weren't too sure about the
Spokane, the runners up last year.
roster, but I thought it was kind of good.
2 wins in a row.
Portland, I had no
Galati
idea
has
about,
checked
and
in
they're
the
good
midfield
too.
and has a lot of space. He's got some real speed about him, and he's got options either side. Finds Varela to his left, crossing to the back post. The spin will keep it in play. Jones Riley worked right back in. Headed to the top of the 18 and once more away from danger.
All right.
Hearts of Pine have been on the back foot for a good bit now. What can they do with this one? Messer. Was urged to the byline by Southern, and just a miscommunication between the forward and the center back. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to
Oh
great
yeah.
seats.
I mean, shoot, why is this not? Yeah, Portland's.
Waldeck
AV
once
Alta
again.
does too. AV Alta's.
To go long, difficult pass, and it's well defended.
There we go.
Shandon Wright.
That's pretty much it.
Turn Sean Vinberg.
That was a lot easier now that I just figured out the manual way to do it. AV Alta.
John Brown
AV
searching
Alta
for it in the sun, but able to
has
find it. Oprah to the 18, dispossessed by Messer.
Fans. They make
Southern.
noise. They make drums.
Varela.
They know soccer.
Tripped
They
up.
have that.
Referee will
that
not play advantage and instead bring it back.
that
Curious to see
stadium
how
that's
the interplay
refurbished. It
between
looks really nice.
Southern
It did a really good
Walter
job
Varela will
with these
develop
new
as this match
clubs.
goes on, because oftentimes Evan Southern,
Yeah.
who's usually up top with Azad Liati, is dropping back into midfield, creating those triangles, those 1-2 passes with Walter Varela on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
urging
but
the
Portland's.
midfielder forward to make those overlapping runs.
Yeah, I think they
Saw
got a
that
really
run a few
good.
minutes ago where Varela was able to keep it dancing on the paint.
They got a really good
nutmeg and a shot on
situation there.
target.
They don't really have any competition.
That shot.
A lot of people in Maine have money, especially
Back to the
Portland.
21st minute, the lone shot on target of the match for either side.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I thought it was like a, they took a baseball stadium and converted it completely to a soccer stadium, but it looks great. It looks great.
Anger on dispossessed. Portland winning the second ball and needed to. Could have been a counter.
Where's Alta's?
And holding shape defensively.
Not on? Ah, okay.
Not electing to go compact off the ball, staying wide, forcing Siobhan John Brown out wide to try and cut off that passing lane between Southern and Varela. Played around him for now, and Velocity FC have won it right back. Varela this time putting a good tackle in. Right. Overcooked it for Jaden Jones-Riley. Mullen have not tried that route one pass, that long progressive ball forward. They may try on the counter now. Liotti, 1-2 with Jones-Riley. Couple step overs to the byline, cutting it back. Sliding clearance was a good one. To a teammate, sent forward for Reedy, who goes down. It was a strong shoulder by Shandon Wright. Gets a stern talking to from the center referee.
Size.
Yeah, Reedy doing a nice job of using his body on that one. Getting to the ball first and knows to put himself in a position between the defender and the ball to invite that contact.
And then you go like...
Not the defender to bite. Sometimes as a forward, when you don't have a lot of time on the ball with your back to goal, put your body in a position that will lead to success. Draw a foul, reset from the dead ball. Heel pokes it along, and there was a lot of space for Reedy. Heel couldn't get it there. Now Liotti. There was space on the overlap for Wada, but the offside flag will deny the challenge. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week.
That.
Another whistle on the far side, and Spokane have been dangerous from set pieces in the past.
And then you can go like...
This one may be a good opportunity for the left footer Derek Waldeck
like,
to swing in.
Pew. Yeah, Jaeger Cup's going to be very fun.
Spokane faithful bringing the noise.
Oh, I didn't.
Parts of Pine fans watching on from
attention.
$3 Dewey's and Bunker Brewing. All
Oh,
eyes
no,
now
that better
on
not
Derek
be
Waldeck.
Davey Mason.
Good delivery, strong
No,
header away.
That's Davey Mason.
Counter isn't on, intercepted by Reedy.
No.
Shot from distance denied by Southern. And here comes Azad Liotti. Wada on the charge to his right. Picks out Evan Southern to his left. Needs reinforcements. It was Varela instead bringing it forward. He's left it behind for Lopez. Jones-Riley stepping up. In-swinging delivery over Wada. Portland trying to win the second ball. Going down was right. Whistle will not sound.
Look at the size of Jake Dingler compared to that Texoma player. He looks like in the ref.
Finds Southern looking for shooting space and denied. Mikey Lopez committing an infraction. Trying to win it right back.
Oh.
Three defenders around him, couldn't poke it away. Contact there, but more contact on the part of Mikey Lopez. First ever captain for the Birmingham Legion. That's a poor pass out of the back.
Oof.
Sliding challenge in midfield, not once but twice.
What?
And the referee will stop this one, likely for the first yellow card, and it's brandished to Mikey Lopez.
Mikey Lopez.
Spokane
isn't
nearly
Naples
turned
like
that one
top
over.
of the table
Feels that
right
it went
now?
over the byline.
Yeah, they are top of the table.
Contested 50-50, but then a more
They're gonna be up by
clear-cut
4
foul.
points.
Mikey Lopez going to ground, getting the man and not the ball. It is the first booking of the match. Captain for the visitors. First ever captain of the Birmingham Legion, the club's second ever signing. 2019 USL Championship Defender of the Year. Won a national championship in his college days with UNC. Picks up his first yellow card of the year. Now having a chat with Evan Southern. Again, we've seen how Evan Southern wants to check into midfield and facilitate the build-up. But Spokane has provided a very difficult challenge as far as progressing the ball goes. Coach Lee Veman, his second season in charge of the club. Chatting with Pierre Reedy, one of the returners of this squad. Bobby Murphy went to the semifinals last year with St. Louis City 2. Guided them to a second best regular season record. Andre Lewis will require some medical attention off the pitch. Man with 3 senior caps with the Reggae Boys has been given the green light to re-enter the fray. Miller testing Vinberg in the air, who wins the first duel, and Lopez the second ball comfortably. And Coach Lee Veman spoke on the organization that Portland has defensively. They've been able to cut out those long passes over the top. But when they switch the point of attack, that's when Spokane has really started to shine, picking their moments, going quickly.
Honestly, this thing, I'm just trying to figure out like what you could use this for.
Monkey Oprah protesting his case.
Multiple games at once. You know, you could do this, right? Watch a few USL League One games. There's not a lot on at the same time, but I do think this might be pretty cool for like a League Two.
42nd minute now. From One Spokane Stadium.
Like playoffs.
Velocity FC has been on the front foot for a good portion of this one, but
you know,
now,
it would be really cool
lone shot on target.
for once USL gets the Pro Rel up and running, right? Because you could do both, like the end of the season. Oh, you know, Birmingham needs at least a point, like, and this team needs that, right? Know if they get 3 goals, you could watch a few games at the same time and bounce around between them, and just, you know, talk about them.
Excited to see this season.
And then if the Pro Rel, if they have playoffs, if they have multiple games at the same time, you could do the same thing. Oh, that's a good question. Oh, that is a good question. That's a good point.
On now with it. Wada turning, opening up for Jones Riley.
I mean, what's nice about this is as long as they're streaming, you can plug it in here. It doesn't matter, you know, where.
Brought into this team because of his defensive acumen. Head coach Lee Veman saying still building his fitness and his sharpness. Got to preseason a little bit late, but boasts a lot of defensive.
Oh wow! I just typed it in. Like
on in this season, making his first start for Spokane.
Academica SC. It looks like all their games are streamed
Shot cleared away.
last year.
It was a speculative attempt. Varela, great
Like
first
there's
touch on
a
the far side.
USL League
Southern
2/watch, and you go click on your team.
Well
Let's pick a team.
by another former Northern Colorado man, David Garcia.
Like, doesn't have a lot of resources. Let's look at Christos. Oops, page not found. Are they not in US? They're not in League 2 anymore.
Book your stay today at Spokane
City
Tribe
Bucks.
Resort and Casino.
Yeah, it looks like they have a deal with NBC Sports Engine. So you could, yeah, you could. Oh wait, they have W League games too. They do. Oh wow, yeah. So they have. Yeah. Not for a few years. So yeah, it looks like you can't. Well, at least last year, every team I've clicked on.
Path of Wada fighting for it now is Reedy going down.
Inter Gainesville KF. Yep, their games were streaming too. So
Referee will sportingly help Azad back to his own 2 feet.
it looks like a lot of League 2 games are streamed.
And 2 goals, 1 assist. 14 appearances for the club last year.
I mean, I don't know how many. Oh, did Dangler score? Hang on.
2 minutes of stoppage time.
It's well and truly out of reach for the Birds now.
He's gotten big. They've bulked him up on his time.
Jake Dangler, a veteran of this league.
And
a former USL League 1 champion.
he did score. Dum. I missed it.
After
Hang
3
on,
years
see
of
if I can do
service to join Naples in December. And what a decision it's been. He and Breck Evans have locked down the rest of the league.
He did. Let me see. I'm going to rewind this. Sorry.
In line for what would be a 4th clean sheet in 5 league December. Former USL for the
Get out of here. He never scored for. Look at this.
Late stages.
Okay. Turn this up. Oops.
It is Kevin O'Connor to take, one of the many substitutes for Naples tonight. Looks it towards the back post, headed on, and there is the 3rd for Naples. Both center backs on the score sheet. Jake Dangler makes it 3-0.
Oh. Oh boy, that keeper
devastation for Texoma.
Happy.
Celebration for Naples, who have been set piece specialists tonight for Matt Poland.
Balmer.
It's a scintillating delivery. High, only
look at
Dangler
that.
can get there. Puts it on target, and from there, no chance for Mason McCready. Both goals in the second half by center backs on corners. Goals.
Oh boy, well, that game's over. He does look stunning. Alright.
Haven't said Luis Heal's name much tonight. And with 7 goals, 5 assists in league play for Spokane last year, the inaugural captain for the club. Someone with unmatched quality in the 18-yard box, said his head coach Lee Wiedemann. Hasn't had a chance to show it tonight yet. A player of his caliber, that may
Yeah, I was going to say how many. I don't know how many people.
Midberg drawing the contact.
I don't know how many people would watch.
Marpelliez given a warning. He was just given a yellow card.
Like a USL League 2 whip around or USL W League whip around.
Everybody forward for this one as the 2 minutes at a minimum have elapsed.
I think playoffs. It might be doable.
That likely the penultimate kick of the first half, and it was. Scoreless through 45 from One Spokane Stadium, as Velocity FC and Hearts of Pine are deadlocked after one. Siobhan John Brown and Luis Hill leading the line, but unable to get a shot on target as of yet.
Yeah.
Portland have found some chances on the counterattack, but only have one shot on target for now, as two well-matched teams look for the difference maker.
I mean, they didn't score again now.
End-to-end action.
Unlike a watch
scoreless.
party, like what we had talked about doing, watching a classic Mesa game, right? You could do the game here and then the three webcams.
Follow-up cross is a good one. Asante, it's snatched away. Anonymous follow-up cross is cleared for the time being.
Scored a lot.
Mason, still not dealt with.
2-2.
Asante with the heavy touch at the end.
Oof. Well, they've only scored one goal in 3 games. Has Texoma, counting this one.
John A. shrugged off it, deflected across. Asante! That may have been their best chance. We'll have one final set piece to try to make a difference late.
Uh-oh. What happened?
This is a mad dash. The cross from John A. Another poor clearance from a Naples back line that's been so assured tonight. And Asante does connect with it. Now stands over this corner. Beyond the 4 minutes of added time now. And there is the full-time whistle. A dominant Naples display from wire to wire sends the league leaders further atop the table. 5 wins in the last 6 in all competitions, and now matching the second best start to an inaugural season in league history. 7 unbeaten as Naples prevails in 3-0 fashion. Goals from Andrew Long, Breck Evans, and Jake Dengler making the difference as Texoma once again comes up empty-handed at home. We will take a quick breather here from Sherman, Texas, when we return a look back at the standout moments from those 90 minutes, all of which were bossed by the league leaders tonight.
In a 3-1 win for Union Omaha over South Georgia Tormenta, with Sergio Orz Navarro getting his first professional goal. The former West Virginia man who tore it up in the college scene, Max Schneider, who scored the 3rd for Union Omaha in that game on an excellent team goal that is must-watch soccer. And Lee Wiedman, the man in charge of Spokane, named as the coach of the week for the first time this season. Let's take a look at the goal and save of the week in USL League One, Week 4.
Whoa. We got loud.
Rolling service. It's well created. Take that one from the training ground. Monterey Bay continue their fabulous form. Still with it. Oh, he's dancing with the ball. And how about the service to Cabral?
I also think it would make sense if you were doing, you know, if you're doing a video, if you're doing a video podcast and you're talking about a game with somebody, right? And you had access to the clips. Yeah. Right.
Post arriving is Akov.
Right.
A lovely volley, cushioned with the instep, and Union Omaha go in front.
Omaha.
Louis
He's here to make it 3 for Spokane. Velocity and saves. Rankenberg keeps his side alive.
That's not all we got for you. Before we take a quick break, let's
That
take a look
guy on the right
at the
is
first round
most
of the
Spokane
Player of the Month
dad.
nominees in USL League One.
He's got his beard, he's got his ball cap that's got Spokane upside down.
Sikowski leaks out. Actually, Connor Evans plays the ball into the path of Castro.
Yeah,
for response.
Darwin with the whoop.
It is still Darwin Espinal. What a finish that is! Richmond right back in it.
Henderlong laying it off. Now cut back into Onan, who dummies away. Henderlong! Who grew up playing club soccer 7 miles from Mount Vernon, buries it. Westchester is a soccer county.
Oh my God! Westchester is a soccer county. Westchester is a soccer county.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Corner to give Naples a 2-0 lead. It's deja vu from Wednesday night, and from there it was pretty much all Naples beyond that point. It was 2-0 on 53 minutes. There were chances the other way. This is the best of them. McManus flashing onto this, and then Andres Farine the other way. An effort that was destined for the top corner. The follow-up corner comes to Jake Dengler. Both center backs on the score sheet tonight. That was the final blow and sealed Texoma's fate. A 4th consecutive defeat would be sure to follow from there for the hosts, and that it did. Here is your look at the full-time stats. Dominant in pretty much every category from Naples. I think the numbers actually do flatter Texoma a bit. They took over the possession battle in the second half as they chased the match, especially after falling behind 2-0. They logged some shots, but only put 1 on target. And for the 4th consecutive game, it's a 1-save clean sheet from Lalo Delgado, who's able to sit comfortably between the sticks. Meanwhile, for Naples, clinical finishing when they put the ball on target. 3 of 5 shots on goal, destined for the back of the net. Did take 16 shots, maybe wasteful a bit in the first half, but overall no complaints if you are a fan of the league leaders. It is a dominant display from FC Naples tonight. For the 4th consecutive time, a clean sheet. That man Lalo Delgado not conceding a goal in the last 458 minutes of league play. That streak continuing here tonight. The Naples fans continue to celebrate in front of the traveling support. A dominant 3-0 victory at Texoma in the first ever meeting between the two clubs. For our terrific crew from the Texoma region, I'm Sam Goldfarb saying so long from Sherman, Texas, where it finishes FC Naples 3, Texoma FC 0. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. From Sherman, signing off.
One after week number 4. First off, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, as we mentioned a couple times tonight, a league best 9 clubs have advanced to round number 3 as the competition continues to get hot. AD Alta FC welcoming a sellout crowd of 5,000 plus in the club's home debut against another expansion side in their first year, Westchester FC. And then, as you saw a little earlier, Leo Castro, Carson Henderlong, Darwin Espinal, and Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. nominated for the March Player of the Month as the heartbeat of American soccer is back in full swing. Some scores from around the league earlier today. The Red Wolves and the Ibises, 2 apiece, through 90. Greenville getting a 1-0 win over the Charlotte Independents. An 86th-minute winner from a March Player of the Month nominee, Leonardo Castro, and then FC Naples scoring 3 on the road against another first-year side in Texoma FC, as FC Naples continue to remain top of the table, 4 points clear through 5 matches. Greenville in second on 7, Richmond with 6. Spokane has a chance to leapfrog into second place if they can get 3 points tonight. They'll need a goal first. Second half coming up in a little bit. We've got one more break. When we come back, highlight stats and the kickoff. See you soon.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too. For part 2 of their inaugural season, you could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
Think there's a chance for a defender to be named MVP?
Obviously, your team has to be winning, and you need to do some spectacular things on the field. I think it's really the impact that you have on your teammates, raising the standard of the team, of yourself, of all the guys. Who has the most impact on the team, not just the goals or the stats? There's a different nuance to it.
Welcome back to One Spokane Stadium. 59 degrees as a couple fans are enjoying a sweet treat at the interval. Nearly time for the second half to get underway. Before we do that, let's take a look at the highlights from the opening 45 in the Evergreen State. Velocity and FC, Hearts of Pine, first ever meeting between these two sides. Spokane found themselves on the back foot on home soil early on. Evan Southern nearly cashing in for his first and Portland's first in USL League One history, but drags the left-footed strike wide of the mark. Then it was Velocity FC's turn to go the other way. A couple crosses that couldn't find that key second man. Hunter Morse called into action on that one. Did not have a shot on target to face in that first 45. A lot of good crosses. That header over the bar from Anwar Pelaez, just 6 yards out, unable to keep that one on frame. 21st minute, and this was some excellent individual play from Walter Varela, the aforementioned lone strike on frame in that opening 45 minutes. Does well with the first touch, get it out of feet. Carlos Marancio seeing it all the way. Anwar Pelaez and Luis Gil, both on 2 goals this season in USL League One, get things underway in half number 2. Ball is rolling once again. Both managers have addressed their charges, have not made any changes to their starting 11s. Sashi Wada, that late change to the first 11 for head coach Bobby Murphy. Saw a little bit of him in that first half, was brought to Portland by the goalkeeping coach Yuta Nomura. As far as stats go in that first half, Spokane had 56% possession, the slight edge there. Boasted better passing accuracy, especially in the final third, 75% compared to just 62% from Portland on fewer chances as well.
Oh boy. This game. I'm just sitting here thinking, whoa, this is quite a scintillating match.
Here are the keys to the second half presented by Ford for Spokane. They found a lot of success with their shape, staying wide, especially the defenders urged to make runs forward like Derek Waldeck does now, creating a lot of movement and a lot of havoc for Hearts of Pine. Meanwhile, for the visitors, winning the second ball, as Azad Liati has just done. That's how they're going to start the counter. That's how they're going to keep possession, especially in the final third. They know Spokane has the quality on the crosses, but if they can win that second 50-50 battle, that's where Hearts of Pine are going to be able to claw their way back into this game and swing the momentum pendulum in the other direction. John Brown staying wide with this one, now cutting inside on the right foot, deflecting toward the goalkeeper, headed away. The winger still fighting for it, and the back heel winning the second corner of the night. Teammates last year on the Central Valley Fuego with Sean Vinberg of Portland. John Brown has played Granada, Germany, and a number of amateur clubs as well across New York State. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club. Waldeck, the natural left footer, right arm to the sky. Spokane have scored from this exact corner already this season. Delivery headed away by Liati. Forward doing the work. Southern doing the running, didn't get his reward.
Oh my God, that.
Southern, a former junior college national champion with Iowa Western, 23 goals and 6 assists.
He's like a kid.
Making the jump to Division I, James Madison. His first goal with them, a game winner against Georgetown. The referee has seen something in the box that he's taken exception to. Alex Beeler with the whistle, having a discussion. It's quite crowded for Hunter Morris, who's issuing some instructions for his teammates. Long throw-in to the top of the box! And the volley sent high and wide. Lewis on the first-time chance. A difficult one, had the technique, as Spokane still continue the search for their first shot on target. Through traffic as well, tried to go for height. Andre Lewis, 4 goals for the club last year and 3 assists as well. Yet to cash in league play in 2025. Free kick in favor of the hosts as Adliati is down. So too is Cameron Miller. discussion. Zadliati conceding the free kick, but still a bit shaken up. Man who was given his marching orders in the U.S. Open Cup will miss the round 3 matchup against Rhode Island FC. John Brown going right at his mark, gets the cross away. Headed by his former teammate, Sean Vinberg. The top of the box, John Brown into the 18.
Oh. Come on.
Is denied by the pipe. The best chance by far on the night for Velocity FC. Garcia with a move that sells his mark. John Brown on the volley. Deflected out of play. It's a great run made by Anwar Pelaez. Again, that second ball is key for Portland. It's won by Velocity FC, and John Brown with the wherewithal to spot the run rather than take it himself. Nobody picks him up. It's just a toe poke into the path of Pelaez, who's onside. Trying to cushion it into that far post. Didn't get a great look at goal to get his surroundings. This one bouncing for Reedy and beyond the attacker and out for a goal kick. Velocity fans, scan the QR code to get your single match tickets today.
Oh, come on, lady. Come on, lady. Come on, dude. Come on.
Last year boasting a
That's some Spokane drumming.
Attendance in the league with an average of 3,800 fans. Incredible culture being built in the Evergreen State. And Coach Lee Beeman spoke on that culture and the duty that the veterans have to instill that value in some of the newer players on the roster. Heavy touch on the far side by one of those veteran players, Pierre Reedy. Saying that it's still a process early in the season. Bringing the squad together, developing new relationships, partnerships on and off the pitch that made this club so successful in its first campaign. Fernandez, part of that success. Heel, the captain, great ball forward.
Oh,
heroic challenge, denying the shooting chance. Sean Vinberg fired up. Jaden Jones-Riley a little shaken up from the physicality of that challenge.
Oof.
It's a great block by Vinberg. Had to be brave, but had to time it well. Pierre Reedy has been a real bright spot for Spokane in this one. Former Charleston Battery man. Still yet to score his first goal for Spokane in USL League One. Vinberg trying to battle for it. Pelaez going down. Chance still alive. This is Lewis! Cutting onto his left foot and slicing it just wide. Andre Lewis with the tenacity to win the second ball and keep the chance alive. Velocity FC pushing, probing, still persisting, and yet still scoreless. Lewis with that chop to sell two defenders, lowers the shoulder, but leans back as he goes to strike it. Off balance and ultimately off target. long header forward. Vinberg in hot pursuit. Pelaez will win it. Back heel. Turn the foul, won by Jones-Riley. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app.
Okay. So he's got the John Howard Fusco seal of approval. It's in his bones.
Double-digit shooting. Yet to find one in between the posts and underneath the crossbar. Portland with one shot on target from 3 for the stat aficionados. Expected goals, it's 1.06 for Spokane, 0.08 for Hearts of Pine. Wada trying to change that, nowhere to go.
Oh no.
Was hopped over it. Give and go, forced back for Varela. Messer. Now Vinberg. A lot of movement in midfield. Mangaron dropping into the back line. Help try and build things up. Run being made on the far side. Spokane looking a little more compact defensively now as compared to that first half. Hearts of Pine slowly trying to find their shape, not trying to force anything in behind. Both of these teams so far tonight have done a good job of playing the simple ball when need be.
Yikes.
Forced forward. Won it first by Miller. Now one back by Portland. Wada trying to skip by 1 and 2 and
Whoop.
does. The
No.
pass intercepted.
No bueno.
Lopez got a touch to it. Heel got it away.
Oof.
And the turn was a clever one that fooled Michel Brunangaron. Frustrated by the decision, but really can't have many complaints. Again, spoke about it in the first half. Attackers using their body to success. That plant foot of Siobhan John Brown. He knows the contact is coming. Gets his body in between the ball and the defender. Brunangaron going to ground. Not getting the ball. It's a reckless challenge. And by the letter of the law, it is a booking. Now joins the captain for the visitors, Mikey Lopez, in the pocketbook. Anwar Pelaez, the lone name on a tightrope for Spokane. John Brown against his former Fuego teammate. Vinberg is just forced to shuffle it out of play.
All right, here you go. Here you go, John.
John Brown with 3 senior goals for the Granada men's national team. The third corner kick of the night. ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. All 3 have been taken by Derek Waldeck. 60th minute from One Spokane Stadium. Sent to the back post.
Nope.
Garcia went up for it, headed it into Mikey Lopez to bring up corner number 4. Headed hands for Spokane number 4.
That guy kind of looks like Pulisic.
Garcia thought he created the space aerially, and he did. Rather, it was Azad Liani getting in the way of it. ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. The captain, Luis Heel, will swing it in on the right foot. Again to the back post as the referee has blown the whistle. First right-footed corner kick for Velocity waved off.
Ooh,
Velocity
man,
fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. once again. Morse will go long. Second ball sent into the stratosphere by Messer. Lopez misjudged it. Wada didn't. Still yet to be settled and now brought back down to earth. Lopez. Reedy had checked in there. A little more narrow in the press, Spokane. Coach Lee Beeman spoke on Portland and the ability of Hearts and Pine to overload the spaces in behind. Said that they expect Portland to be aggressive in the right moments. That much has been true so far, but Velocity have done well to defend those moments. Giving time for the back line. Closing them down when they try to go forward, just like that. John Brown. Not the 1-2, and then Pelaez with his pocket picked. Scooped up from Messer, and difficult one to bring that down over the shoulder. In the 62nd minute, head coach Bobby Murphy will make his first change. In fact, make it a double. Michel Poon-Angeron will be replaced in midfield by Pat Langlois. Trinidad and Tobago native for the Australian. As Evan Southern up top will be taken off for the Englishman, Ollie Wright. Coach Murphy spoke on Poon-Angeron and Langlois in particular, both players from international background, playing in the United States and trying to create something special, an opportunity for their families. Gotta get back now, an opportunity for Spokane, defended well by Lopez. Waldeck fighting for it, Lopez back onto it, plays short for Jones-Riley. Matt Langlois, a former Northern Colorado man, will now try and probe offensively against two of his former teammates. Lucky Oprah on the right for Spokane and David Garcia centrally at the back. Oprah winning it now. Fernandez. John Brown. Lovely footwork. He's taking a bit of contact in the midst of it. John Brown slowly now back onto his feet, trying to walk it off. The whistle will sound in favor of Hearts of Pine. Derek Waldeck committing the foul. Not interested in making his opinion known to the referee. Walking backwards to set up shop. Derek Waldeck, described by his head coach Lee Beeman as an incredibly dedicated pro. The amount of consistency that number 18 means is admirable. That's all credited to his mentality. He's given a new challenge every week and he's able to read those challenges, adapt his game. Leads by example on and off the pitch every day. High praise from his manager. Tracks the run on the far side. Ball played to the near side and cut away. Siobhan John Brown once again denied real estate. Siobhan John Brown seeing a lot of the ball tonight for his new side. Hasn't had a lot of great looks at goal, but has also been playing unselfishly. Zagliati now, looking for help. To shrug off the contact. Lopez. Messer. Lopez hopping over it. Right, got it.
Bornia. AVL. SC comes into town looking to remain unbeaten this season. Josh Lill bringing you all the action this evening. And for AV Alta FC as of late, they've been even-steven in terms of their scoring production. It's a well-built team from back to front, but it's also a side that's looking to improve in their shot totals. Just 12 in their first 2 league matches. But stable builds in the back by Kalian Pelivanov and Christian Ortiz have translated into the success of Alex Cerritos and Jimmy Villalobos. Those 2 players combining for a third of the team's goals this year. And they were able to score 2 in the US Open Cup, including this stunner in the 120th minute scored by Jimmy Villalobos. And how could our eyes not be fixated on Villalobos after his performance in that cup match? An interim head coach, Vanny Clark, spoke highly of Villalobos, stating he brings so much experience to this club. Last match, he wasn't in just to go to PKs. He wanted to get forward, and while the rest was history, they end up winning again late in that match. In Westchester, it's been a very strong start to the season for the New Yorkers, unbeaten through their first 4 matches, collecting points on the road in their first 2 league matches. But history's on the line, folks. Westchester looks to become the 4th team to kick off its inaugural League One campaign with an unbeaten streak of 5 or greater. But they'll have 11 days until their next match. So head coach Dave Carton is going to need one last burst of energy from his squad. They're crazy enough at playing in the 3rd match in the last 7 days. And one player that can lead them to the promised land right there, scoring in the 3rd minute in their last US Open Cup match, Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. 4 goal contributions in as many matches for the Honduran international, who finished 2nd in the Golden Boot race last year. And he's picked up right where he's left off. And Dave Carton praised JCO, stating he's not just a scorer, right? You have his defensive work rate and his passing abilities, both of which are so underrated. And Obregon Jr. knows how to change up the pace, able to drop in and provide a numbers advantage for his sky. AV Alta FC eager to come away with a result in their inaugural USL 1 home opener. Whereas Westchester, they know that a sellout crowd awaits them. Unfazed, they look for road win number 4 on the year. The Empire State and Golden State collide. Starters and kickoff up next.
USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Waldeck venturing centrally. Right, a couple defenders forward. John Brown, difficult touch that one. Nearly got it off as well. We've seen that direct pass a number of times for Spokane. It hasn't had the same success for Portland. We'll go on the back foot now as Wada has some errant contact. Garcia. Spaniard. Oprah, the Nigerian. And all the way back to his former Northern Colorado teammate. Number showing short. Fernandez asking for it. Didn't have a lot of time. Backline slowly creeping forward for Spokane. This is patient buildup and a great first touch from Lucky Oprah into the 6-yard box. Headed away only as far as the skipper for Spokane. John Brown with the pace to keep it alive. Luis Heel scooping it for Lucky Oprah. The goalkeeper wanted it. Sean Vinberg instead getting there first and just getting rid. Has the long throw in his locker. In fact, Velocity will send plenty of men forward for this one. Throw comes in and it's claimed.
And how about the Powder brothers, Samori and Noah getting that start on the left side. And Dane Jacquemin getting the start in net with Connor McGlynn holding down the fort in that pivot midfield spot. And we are just moments away from kickoff. A wondrous 68 degrees, not a cloud in sight. The wind just 4 miles an hour to the north. Trevor Wiseman, our official. AV Alta underway here in Lancaster, California, looking for win number 1 in the league on their home turf. Westchester SC, yet looking to remain unbeaten in league play this year and across all competitions. Plenty of storylines here this evening in the Golden State. Josh Lill with you this evening, bringing you all the action here on the USL After Dark. So AV Alta FC, they're in their home Joshua Green kits with white letters and numbers. Westchester SC in their white kits and that yellow stripe going down the side of their kits in shorts. And a collision here early on the right side of the pitch. And down goes Miguel Pajaro. Again, head coaches this evening. Vanny Clark for AV Alta FC. He's currently the academy director for the club, but he's getting a shot to coach the first team this evening. And Dave Carton, the former assistant for Charlotte Independence, he knows about the high-intensity environments. He helped lead the Jacks to the USL 1 final back in 2023. So much anticipation into this meeting. Bit of early success for AV Alta. Talk about winning their first 2 US Open Cup matches. Both of which coming against MLS Next Pro sides in Ventura County and LAFC 2. And momentum certainly with Westchester. 2 US Open Cup wins as well. Opening their season with a draw against Greenville. And a win against Texoma. So early set piece chance here for AV Alta. Right at the edge of their attacking third.
Oh, no.
It's floated and headed away.
No bueno.
Good aggressiveness there by Walmer Martinez. Loading that to the outer edge of the 6. And early noise here from the home side. And a high press as expected from AV Alta. They're wanting to set the tone right away. Plenty of expectations around the club. Wanting to play on the front foot this evening. It's a side that's very direct in their attacking abilities. They truly do play with a flair, I should say. But the key for them is possession with a purpose. Here's Villalobos. Back to Martinez. Early movement here, taking another shot and ripping that into the supporters section. And the 6'11", with their drums and all, having to be on early alert, a couple chances into the stands. But Martinez taking his space. And not afraid to rip that shot with confidence. Here's Dane Jacquemin. An alum of the University of Pennsylvania. Most recently spending time with Loudoun United in the USL Championship when he made his pro debut. Recording 3 shutouts in 21 matches. Westchester having a hard time controlling the ball here early on. The energy by this crowd, truly infectious. As Vanny Clark put it, last match in their stunner against LAFC 2. He told me earlier this week, you really had to be there to feel the energy. But he believes it was the fans that drove the club forward, right? You know, contributing to them not thinking about penalties. A lot of times in those situations, when you play 120-plus minutes, you just want to save your legs, get to penalties, give yourself a 50-50 shot to win. Excellent takeaway. Sebastian Cruz stepping up to change possession. But yes, Vanny Clark crediting the crowd for propelling his team to a victory in extra time. And Carlos Aviles in his green kit. Not quite.
All right, John. I'm fading fast. Good talking to you. We should do this again sometime. Yep. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.